guys, welcome to Sunrise Soap Company. You are the proud new owner of a soap making kit. So before we get started, we are going to have to gather a few household items. First thing that you are going to need is you will need some sort of glass dish, whether it's a glass Pyrex or a glass bowl, just as long as it is microwave safe. The next thing that you are going to need is a spatula. It could be any spatula. You could also use a spoon, a popsicle stick, whatever you have laying around, it will work perfectly. The next thing we're going to need to grab as far as household items is you are going to need to grab whether you grab a silicone mold that you have for making ice cubes, or you have a silicone mold for baking. Something else that you can use if you don't have these to use as a soap mold, you could grab something from your recycling bin and do some reusing. This looks like it was a little box that we cut, and you can pour your soap into it. This was the top of a drink. You can use this. This is an actual soap travel box that you can also use. So get creative, look around your house and start to see things with different eyes. What can you use? Now, this is something that we are going to use today, and this is my favorite method. It is a cookie cutter. So you can even look around your kitchen and grab a cookie cutter to make a fun shape. Maybe you even have some Play-Doh accessories around the house, and I know those sometimes have really cute cutouts. So get creative, look around, and have fun with it. So now that we've gathered our household items, let's talk about what we are going to use from our kits. So your kits come with directions. When you open it, you're going to get out a Glycerin soap slice. You're going to receive a color and scent orb. You're also going to receive a silicone mold. It could look like any one of these. Now, something to remember, all of your soap is not going to fit inside of one of these molds. That's why we had you gather your fun household items to pour the leftover into another shape. You could decide that you love your mold enough that you want to use it multiple times, but remember, if you do that, you're going to have to wait between pours for this to set. So this project will take you, I would say, at least an hour if you're doing it like that. So you could either do it this way, or like I said, you can gather all sorts of fun things that you might have laying around your house. So let's make some soap. So once you've unpacked your kit, you're also going to need a tray. So make sure you put your molds on a tray. What I'm going to do today is start by melting my soap wedge. So we are going to take our wedge of soap, we are going to take our color orb, and we're going to place it inside our Pyrex or glass bowl, whichever you found, and it's going to look something like this. Now, we are now going to microwave it. When we microwave this, I would start by only doing about 30 seconds. You don't want to overheat this. It does not take long. So I would maybe do every 15 to 30 seconds, check it and stir it. It won't take very long. Once you've microwaved your soap, it's going to look something like this. That's where your spatula is going to come in handy. And you're going to start to stir and dissolve your color and your scent in with the soap. We're going to make sure we stir it up really good. Your kits probably came with multiple different colors. I'm choosing a purple one today. I love the purple tint. All right, now we're ready to pour. I'm going to pour into my silicone mold first that came with the kit. Remember to put your mold on a tray. Don't forget to put your mold on a tray. That's going to make a big difference when you go to put it in the freezer. And now, let's pour into my favorite one, and that's going to be our little gingerbread cookie cutter. So what you're gonna wanna do to start is, you will need to put a piece of saran wrap down on your tray. This is gonna help because of the soap might leak out the sides. So you're gonna place your cookie cutter onto the tray, which is gonna be on top of your saran wrap or plastic wrap. Then you're gonna wrap the sides up and around. It might leak out a little bit. Don't panic if you pour and it leaks a little. At the end, it's gonna look like it never happened. So I'm gonna start by pressing this pretty tightly around my little gingerbread man here, just to make sure all the soap that we pour stays inside. And then you pour inside. All right, so now the next step is to put it in the freezer. I would recommend leaving it in the freezer for about 15 minutes. You'll kind of know when you open to check. If you touch it, it's gonna feel pretty solid. I don't recommend rushing this part of the project because you don't want it to be soft in the center. But if you feel like you might have made a mistake or you pop it out too soon, the best part is you can pop these back out of the molds, re-melt them down in the microwave, and then you can try again. So this is going to be a way that mistakes, don't panic, you can fix it. So let's freeze them. Remember, at least 15 minutes. So while that's freezing, let's go over some examples of what your soap might look like. So here is an example of what the little gingerbread man will pop out like. And here's the examples of some of the molds that you might have received in your kits. Everyone's gonna be getting different molds, so it's gonna be a fun surprise when you unbox everything. Thanks for partying with us today. Enjoy.